This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com with a big daily wrestling news update. There's a ton of news. SmackDown did a 0.67 rating Friday night for the draft. But the big news is that AEW has already sold between 45 and 46,000 tickets for their Wembley Stadium show, which is excellent. That's the third highest ticket sales ever for a UK event. They will probably end up beating WWE's Clash at the Castle show last year from Cardiff, Wales. And we'll see what ends up happening if they can beat WWE's SummerSlam 92 record or not, which they claimed was 80,000, but it was actually 70,000 something. But the Wembley Stadium is actually bigger now than it was in the original Wembley Stadium when WWE ran. If they can turn it into having Sting or Goldberg's retirement match on that show, I definitely think. I mean, we'll see. Like they're probably going to sell more today for people that didn't have the pre-sale code, because up to this point, that's just from the pre-sale. But it'll be interesting to see if they can put a card together, because right now we don't even know who's going to be on the show, and they sold that many tickets. How many will be sold? So congratulations to Tony Khan on that one. Rampage Friday, by the way, did a 0.09 rating, and NXT did a 0.14 rating. Apparently, WWE made $60.8 million on their Saudi Arabia show last year, which is crazy. And if you're wondering why apparently they're making this second or third world championship, apparently it's going to be crowned on the next Saudi Arabia show. So it's all about money. And obviously they're doing great for money. So who are we to criticize if Saudi Arabia is making them $60 million a show, and they want to have a new champion crowned? Why not? Even though it's pretty stupid, since everyone knows, stupid from like an actual legitimate champion standpoint, since Roman Reigns is so over as the world champion. It's like, how do you make another champion if you already have a world champion with a title that's strong? Raw, by the way, did a 0.50 rating on Monday. I know I'm scattered a bit with the ratings. Apparently, Tamara Stock, who was the Olympic champion in freestyle wrestling in Tokyo, has been signed by WWE. According to the WWE's investor call, WWE incurred $1.5 million in expenses related to the Vince McMahon scandal and the lawsuit related to that, which was dropped. And McMahon made a payment of $17.4 million to reimburse WWE for the costs related to the investigation they did towards the scandals. So with all the money WWE's making right now, that's just a drop in the bucket. And again, Vince McMahon paid that back. And the investors can't really sue them anymore because the stock prices for WWE are sky high right now. Apparently, also, in that same investors call, Tony Khan said WWE is unaffected by the Writers Guild strike that's going on right now. I wonder if writers in WWE are allowed to be part of the Writers Guild. Like the wrestlers are not allowed to be part of the Actors Guild, even though wrestlers are actors following scripts. I wonder if the same thing applies to writers, since Khan mentioned that. Apparently, he also said WWE received a 7-figure subsidy from Puerto Rico to do Backlash in Puerto Rico this weekend. By the way, for their Clash at the Castle show in Cardiff, Wales last year, they also received a huge subsidy to put on the show there, which is why they did their show last year in Wales rather than in London, where they probably would have had a bigger crowd. The thing about the WWE show or AEW show in London too, just to go back to that for a second, London is a place that a lot of fans are going to want to travel to because that's like a tourist destination. So it will attract fans from all over the world, and of course all over the UK, because it's a huge show in a tourist destination city. You do that same show in Regina, Saskatchewan, it's not going to have that great ticket sales because, as we know, AEW is not doing great sales in Saskatchewan right now. But that could also change. By the way, Reggie B. Fine, Memphis legend, who I've interviewed a couple times on this channel, apparently recently had triple bypass surgery and spent 10 days in the hospital. New Hampshire apparently is not going to really consider the WWE for betting, according to the New Hampshire Lottery Commission. By the way, I really like that state. I've driven through it a bunch of times. And by the way, back to the investors call. I'm all over the place today. WWE is looking to save 50 to 100 million, as Nick Khan had already previously said. So despite making so much money right now, they're going to do a bunch of cuts to make even more money, which is fine. Their business. But it's funny that they call themselves a family when they're making so much money and they want to do cuts. But they definitely could cut a shitload of people from their roster. AJ Talks Movies says, I don't really get his joke there. Brad, sip a coffee for the interview, man. Yes. Although I have to say, I went to the dentist yesterday and I think that they cut my tongue because the coffee is burning my tongue. Someone says, looks like AEW are dropping Dark Elevation. The reason that they're doing that is because they're getting AEW Collision even less TV time for their talent. They have a ton of TV time. They have Dynamite and Rampage and Collision. That's 3 shows. And AEW Dark and Dark Elevation are terrible shows. And then how many people are really over in AEW? Let's look at it. Okay, I'm a reporter. Okay, I'll tell you the people I know from AEW: Kenny Omega, CM Punk, who they don't even use, the Young Bucks. That's 4. Hangman Page. That's 5, and he's not really a draw. Who else? Chris Jericho, John Moxley. I would say Samoa Joe, but is he really a top draw? He's not like a like, I like him, but he's not like a guy that's going to main event places. So honestly, as far as they have 3 TV shows. That's a hell of a lot for not. There's not even 10 guys I can name off the top of my head. that wrestle for AEW. So, I mean, do you really need 3 TV shows? They're getting money for it, but why produce Dark and Dark Elevation if it's just for YouTube and it's mostly people that we've never even heard of? There's so much wrestling on right now to watch. Like, honestly, Raw, SmackDown, WWE main event, Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, Impact, MLW. I won't include NWA in there because they don't have a TV deal, but there's a hell of a lot of wrestling to watch for people. Good morning from San Diego. Thank you. Somebody says, well, WWE wrestlers are actors because you're not allowed to do anything in a WWE match that's not scripted. Their matches are scripted from start to finish. Their promos are scripted. You get in a huge shit. You'll get fired if you do your own thing. So, yes, they're 100% actors. Jeremy Prophet and Jessica Black, who competed in the first AEW match ever in Canada, will be on the GNW event 2 days away this Saturday, May the 6th in Ottawa, the Earl Armstrong Arena. Don't miss it. It's going to be awesome.
Jack Kilby here, Executive Vice President of Great North Wrestling. No Gimmicks Entertainment is pleased to present Great North Wrestling's huge 15th anniversary show on Saturday, May the 6th at the Earl Armstrong Arena in Ottawa, Ontario. Bell time 7 p.m. This stacked card will feature former TNA Impact World Heavyweight Champion Cowboy James Storm, WCW legend The Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan managing the diabolical Blood Hunter, second generation former TNA star Aces and Eights Wes Briscoe, Canadian champion Black Dynamite Jeremy Prophet, and former GNW Women's Champion Jessica Black, the Conspiracy Horsemen of Ayatollah Bin Hameen and Greek god Papadon from Vince Russo's brand, Ottawa wrestling legend Bruiser, with much more to be announced. Fans, there will be a meet and greet before the event and at intermission. Tickets now on sale, available at ticketweb.ca and at the door. Don't you dare miss it.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or